Hey guys, Steve Scarlett here from ViralB.com. So this video is going to go over some of the most basic and most common mistakes that businesses generally tend to make with their websites and their search engine optimization. Okay, so the first one is page titles. Okay, so every page on your website has a spot for you to put in the title of that page. Okay, for example, the home page can have a title, the About Us page, the contact page. Every single article on your website has a spot for you to put a title in that page. Okay, now what most businesses do is they just put the title reflecting whatever the page is. For example, the About Us page, they'll just make the title About Us. Okay. Now, what you need to be doing to optimize that page is actually put in some of your keywords in that title. Okay. For example, if you're a paint store in Vancouver and you're called Jim's Paint Store, you could put Paint Store Vancouver dash Jim's Paint Store About Us, okay, or About Jim's Paint Store. So don't just put in what the page is. Don't just put in About Us. Don't just put in Contact Us, okay. You can use that to put in your keywords to let Google know, okay, this page is about a paint store in Vancouver. So when someone types in a Google search paint store in Vancouver, then Jim's Paint Store is more likely to come up if they have those on their titles, okay? So, and you can use that for every single page on your website, okay? Every single page has a title on your website, and this is why we encourage you to produce as much content as you can, okay? And this is the second mistake that people make, that don't produce enough unique content on their website, okay? You need to be pumping out as much content as regularly as you can, okay? Because again, the more content you have, the more pages you have, the more keywords you can have, the more page titles you can put up, the more keywords you can put up in those titles. You know, it all comes down to the content and the more chance you have of getting on page one of Google, okay? Now, the next thing is link building, all right? Now, the old days of buying links, you know, buying cheap links online, they're kind of dead now, all right? You can't afford to do that. Google is punishing people that are using these old methods of, you know, going to India and outsourcing to Indian companies that find you a lot of cheap links, okay? Because Google's onto it, okay? And for a long time they didn't have a way of tracking this, but now they do, okay? So their latest update has affected a hell of a lot of online businesses that were using these strategies of link building, and they saw a big drop in their rankings, okay? So what Google wants now is organic link building. Okay, so that's not to say that you can't still submit to directories and use some of the old methods of link building, but what they want to see more of is organic link building, okay? So they want to see real businesses that really want to link to you and really want to promote you as a business, okay? That's what they're really looking for now. So don't buy links anymore, okay? Because it's actually going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you in the long run, okay? Now, meta descriptions, okay? So similar to page titles, every page on your website, you can put in a spot. It has a spot for you to put in the meta descriptions of that page. Now, what that basically means is when someone Googles something, you'll see their web domain, and then you'll also see a little description about that website and about that page in particular, what it's about. Now, what you put in the meta description doesn't actually impact the search engines in a way that, you know, it's going to affect your SEO. But what it does affect is the conversions, okay? If someone Googles something and the description they see doesn't specifically fit what they're looking for, they're not going to click on it, okay? So you want to make sure your descriptions are short and sweet, to the point, but also relevant to what the person is looking for, okay? So the keywords, the titles, and the descriptions, they all need to be in sync, okay? They all need to make sense and need to be relevant with each other, okay? And that's when you're going to get the best conversions from that. Now, one of the other mistakes people do is they know the importance of keywords and they overdo it, okay? So they do what's called keyword stuffing. So too many keywords on each page. They just stuff their content full of these keywords. Again, guys, Google is very smart. They get it. You can't get around it. They know when you're doing it, okay? And they're going to punish you for doing it, okay? So just write relevant content, okay? Put those keywords in there sporadically, all right? And be smart with it, okay? Don't try and trick Google, because it's not going to happen,